Hello and welcome back to Big Steez Gaming. I am Ian, the Big Steez, and we are back doing a 2K21 Myleague experiment. What? That's right. I actually came up with an original idea. Well, original to the channel. So the Lakers, as everybody knows, won the finals this year, which everyone thought was going to happen when Anthony Davis made it to Los Angeles. And it's started a lot of conversations on social media and ESPN and everywhere about LeBron James and his status as the potential greatest player of all time. In my eyes, there still really isn't a conversation there because it is still, to me, Michael Jordan. Granted, that's more my generation, is thinking that Michael Jordan is the greatest of all time, which, he is, but enough on that. But it's hard to actually compare the two because they're in two completely different eras of basketball. Michael Jordan was going up against the bad boy Pistons. He was going up against those great Jazz teams, those great Sonics teams, the last of the great Lakers teams of the 80s and early 90s. He was going up against Magic and Larry Bird in the beginning part of his career. And him being able to put production against them was pretty good. But also, LeBron had a lot to contend with. Also, he was going up against the likes of, Kobe, Tim Duncan, Dwayne Wade, Shaq. All of these also Hall of Fame type players. So we'll never really know who's the greatest. But what I'm doing today might be a little bit of a tell as to which of those players and which of those teams is in fact the greatest. So in my league, we have the Lakers, this year's Lakers, with LeBron, AD, Dwight Howard, and all of the cheapest guys that they could possibly get because their top two guys are worth almost $70 million between the two of them. And then added in a couple of wrinkles because I wanted to see how the historic Jordan teams and the LeBron championship teams would do against each other. So I've got MJ's first championship with the 90-91 Bulls, and that's him, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, John Paxson, BJ Armstrong, and the like. And then we've got the Last Dance Bulls, which is Jordan, Pippen, Dennis Rodman, Ron Harper, Tony Kukoc, Steve Kerr, Luke Longley. Everyone knows this team because we all watched that documentary. And then this is the 72-10 Bulls team. It set the record at the time for most regular season wins. So I wanted to see how this team also stacked up. And as for the LeBron championship teams, I put in the 15-16 Cavaliers because this is the team he won the championship with when he was in Cleveland. So we've got LeBron, we've got Kyrie, Kevin Love, J.R. Smith, Tristan Thompson, Richard Jefferson. And then I also threw in the 12-13 Miami Heat team because personally out of those two Heat titles, this is the one I think was the best one because they ran it back and they got a second championship. So I wanted to see how these teams worked, and then once this season sim is done, I've got a little surprise. So according to the in-game power rankings, the 95-96 Bulls are the best. And I sure would hope so. They won 72 games. But the current Lakers are right behind them. And then it goes the Heat from 2013, the Last Dance Bulls, then the Bucks, the Clippers, then the Cavs. The 15-16 Cavs. That's with 99 overall LeBron. That's with 94 overall Kyrie. They're 7th behind these two current teams. And then we've got the Warriors and then the 91 Bulls. We are one day away from the end of the season. I wanted to stop it because I wanted to see how the Lakers of the current day did against some of the historic teams. And right here, they took the LeBron Miami Heat to overtime and won by 1 point. Now, current day LeBron put up a triple-double. but he only hit 7 shots. Whereas this LeBron hit 11 shots, almost got a triple-double, stuffed the stat sheet, and went perfect from 3. Let's see, which Bulls team is this? Let's take a look at standings right now. So the Lakers out west are number 1, which is understandable. It's got LeBron and AD. What's interesting is this 95-96 Bulls team is probably just going to be 50 and 32, which is weird to think about because this team won 72 games. They set the record at the time for most regular season wins, and I guess the Western Conference is just that strong. And then the 91 Bulls aren't going to make the playoffs. They have a negative point differential. Out east, however, 15-16 Cavs looks like they're tied for first place with the Bucks. 12-13 Heat are 50 and 31. And the 98 Bulls are going to come in as an 8 seed. That's very interesting. League leaders in stats on this year. Michael Jordan is 3 of the top 5 point getters. Dennis Rodman is 2 of the top 3 rebounders. He's actually the top 2. That was just for defensive rebounds. Oh, man. 2 of the 3 LeBrons are top in assists. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are both 4 of the top 5 in steals per game. What about field goal percentage? 3-point percentage? Michael Jordan, this one on the 97-98 Bulls, shooting 58, 47, 76. Wow. That is insane. Almost 35 points a game, 5.5 rebounds, almost 5 assists, 2 steals, a block. Wow. That's ridiculous. And then Heat's LeBron James, 34 points, 10 rebounds, almost 9 assists, almost 2 steals, a block and a half per game on almost 61% from the field. Good Lord. But with that said, we're going to simulate this last day, and let's see. Luka still wins MVP. So in a world where there are 3 Michael Jordans, there are 3 LeBron Jameses, there's a Dwayne Wade, Luka still dominates. Good Lord, he's a ridiculous person in this. I don't know who that is. Dennis Schroeder, 6th man. LeBron James of the Heat is your defensive player of the year. Well, yeah, he had average 2 steals and a block and a half with 10 rebounds. Like, yeah, that's defensive player of the year. Most improved went to Brandon Clark, and Mike Budenholzer of the Bucks, who ended up on top of the East, is your coach of the year. All NBA teams, on first team, we have a Michael Jordan and a LeBron James. On second team, we have 2 LeBron Jameses and a Michael Jordan. And on third team, we have Michael Jordan. So all 3 of both Michael Jordan and LeBron James made it onto an all-NBA team. All defensive, 2 Michael Jordans and 1 LeBron. All defensive second team, a Michael Jordan. So all the MJs made it onto a defensive team, and only 1 LeBron did. So this is how the playoffs are going to shape up. Current day Lakers are the 1 seed. The 96 Bulls are the 4 seed in the West. Out east, the 98 Bulls are the 8 seed. The 2013 Miami Heat are the 6 seed. And the 16 Cleveland Cavaliers are the 2 seed. Obviously, the 91 Bulls didn't make it in here. That was probably the weakest matchup, but we will see how this plays out. Let's go ahead and sim the playoffs. This is going to take a hot minute because it is console, and console takes forever to sim. It is looking like the 96 Bulls are making it, and the Lakers of current day got eliminated by the Nuggets in the first round. So That's interesting. Wow, the 98 Bulls got eliminated by Milwaukee. Okay, Milwaukee is just going to sweep the 16 Cavs, and it's 95-96 Bulls going up against the Bucks, and the Bulls win it. So, in 2K terms, of course, Michael Jordan is your finals MVP. In 2K terms, because this is the 2K historic rosters, in a current day scenario, the 95-96 Bulls thrown into a season where there's different versions of the team and different versions of LeBron, that team would go all the way and win the finals. Crazy to think about, but what I'm going to do next is probably a little bit crazier than that. Same exact scenario. We've got the same legacy teams put in, same LeBron, same Michael Jordans, but got a bit of a wrinkle. I switched out the Michael Jordans and the LeBrons. So this is Michael Jordan from the 91 Bulls, because that team made the most sense to switch out, because that team was just MJ and Scottie Pippen basically, and this team is literally just LeBron and Anthony Davis. Heat LeBron got swapped out with Michael Jordan from the 96 Bulls because he was a 99 overall, and that was probably LeBron's best season. And then Cavaliers LeBron got switched out for 97-98 Michael Jordan because it made the most sense team-wise, because this team had a lot more pieces around LeBron, and 97-98 was probably the best season for players around MJ. And then, as you'll see on all the Bulls teams, we've got Heat LeBron, we've got Lakers LeBron, and we've got Cavs LeBron. So this is going to be very interesting to see how the stats and everything end up with LeBron, Pippen, and Rodman on one team, and say Michael Jordan and Kyrie on the same team. It's gonna be very interesting to watch. So the power rankings still have 95-96 Bulls on top, which makes sense because they've got all those Bulls pieces, but they still have a very good LeBron in place of Michael Jordan. 2012-2013 Heat are number 2. Current day Lakers are 3, and the 98 Bulls are 4, with the 15-16 Cavs at number 7 and the 90-91 Bulls at 9. So I will see you at the end of this simulation and see how things went. So this season is done with. The Lakers with MJ went 64-18, but Heat LeBron on the Bulls won MVP, 40.5 points a game. Good Lord. 9 rebounds, 8 assists, almost 2 steals and blocks, shooting 47% from 3. The free throw stat holds up because LeBron, he's a decent free throw shooter, but he's not the best. Dennis Schroeder, 6-man, and that LeBron was also Defensive Player of the Year. Makes sense. He got almost 2 steals and 2 blocks a game. All NBA teams, Michael Jordan, which ended up being the 91 Michael Jordan on the current day Lakers, got all NBA first team. 37 points, 6 rebounds, 8 assists, 2.5 steals, and just over a block a game. 61 from the field, 41 from 3. That's ridiculous. And then LeBron with the 96 Bulls was the Heat LeBron that won MVP, so we know how he did. And LeBron on the 98 Bulls from the Cavs, 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists, almost 2 steals, a block a game, 55, 39, 73. Respectable. All-NBA second team, this is 96 MJ, came up with 33 points, 8 rebounds, 6.5 assists, over 2 steals a game. 50% from 3. Wow. That is ridiculous. And then LeBron that got stuck on the 91 Bulls is the one from current day Lakers. 32 points, almost 8 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal a game, a block a game. shooting 53, 39, 69. So not the greatest free throw shooter. I mean, he really hasn't been throughout his career, but all in all, fairly efficient. And then that's it for the Jordans there. And then 2 MJs and a LeBron make all defensive first team. And an MJ and a LeBron make all defensive second team. So once again, the 91 Bulls don't make it to the playoffs. We've got this Lakers team that has 91 Jordan that made it, and they were the 1 seed. And then we got the 96 Bulls with Heat LeBron that were the 2 seed, which makes sense. And over here in the Eastern Conference, the 16 Cavs with Jordan from the 98 season, they ended up as the 4 seed. And then the 2013 Heat with Michael Jordan ended up in here. This MJ killed it. Oh yeah, that was the one who shot 50% from 3. Nice. So taking a look at the standings, a LeBron and an MJ team made it in the West. Let's just see. Whoa. So this 90-91 Bulls team this was current day LeBron. They only won 27 games. So LeBron with a supporting cast of John Paxson, Scottie Pippen, Horace Grant, and Stacey King, B.J. Armstrong, Bill Cartwright, and all of these guys couldn't make the playoffs. They couldn't even win 30 games. 97-98 Bulls with LeBron running power forward did not. They didn't make the playoffs. They won 37 games, so they were closer to playoff contention. But LeBron with this team, I mean, this is also the current NBA, so they're going against the Warriors, the Rockets, the Mavericks, the Bucks, the Heat, the Sixers, the Celtics. But you would think that 99 overall LeBron would be able to do this. I mean, he put up great numbers. He was very efficient. Just the rest of the team couldn't keep up. How'd Scottie Pippen do? He put up 20 points a game. It was a very interesting experiment to do. But let's just simulate the playoffs, see how it goes. I have a feeling that current day Lakers with prime MJ are going to make it to the finals just because the 96 Bulls already got eliminated. That freaking 2K really leans towards the Bucks. Like, very, very hard. And the current day Lakers with prime MJ 99 overall are your champions. So, to recap, according to 2K, Michael Jordan is better than LeBron. Yes, LeBron won the MVP this year. He was surrounded by a lot of good pieces, though. But according to 2K, not according to me, according to 2K, if you took prime Michael Jordan, like this is 91 Michael Jordan from his first championship. If you took this Michael Jordan, 29 years old, put him on the LA Lakers with Anthony Davis, with Dwight Howard, Kyle Kuzma, Rajon Rondo, they are going to win in the finals, and that's just how it is. So, according to 2K, Jordan's a better player than LeBron. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this, leave it a like, leave it a comment, subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. I've got a lot more ideas similar to this, but I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But until next time, I guess MJ's the GOAT.